Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian, again, I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that, of course. Look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number one. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's a little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen,
Yeah.
all the fresh sophomores,
High school,
juniors,
champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to the McKendree Recplex here in O'Fallon as we get you set for some K-Hawk hockey tonight. It is the season finale for the K-Hawk hockey team as well as their opponent, the Columbia Eagles. And we welcome you to the McKendree Recplex. My name is Todd Duke, alongside Dak Ledbetter, who will be on the camera here tonight for us. And we welcome you in to the Chiropractic Works pregame show, brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville at 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville, or you can give them a call at 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Before we get into the hockey stuff, we can pass along to you that the boys basketball team won again tonight. They are now 22-0, are the K-Hawks, as Rayshon Taylor knocked down 44 more points, as he is well on his way to taking over the number one spot a little bit later on this season. So congratulations to the K-Hawk boys basketball team. Still waiting to hear what the girls did. They were at home playing East St. Louis, so as soon as we find that out, of course, we'll pass that along to you. But we're here to provide you with a little hockey coverage tonight. Collinsville comes in at 12-7-4. Columbia comes in at 15-7-1. Both of these teams coming off of wins. Collinsville, of course, last night coming off a 2-0 win over O'Fallon on senior night. And by the way, O'Fallon just got through playing Alton here, and Alton won that game by a score of 3-2. So when we take a look at the standings a little bit later, I'll update that for you and let you know what's going on there. But back to last night's game, Andrew Belandis and Aloysius Paget all had goals. The only 2 goals scored in the game, one in the first, one in the second, as Collinsville outshot O'Fallon last night 25-18. Columbia hasn't played in a week. They're coming off of a 6-2 win over Edwardsville last Tuesday night. That snapped a 2-game losing skid for Columbia. They had 6 goals from 6 different players in that contest, so we'll see how things transpire here this evening as both of these teams get ready for their season finale. Take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, I had a chance to catch up with Collinsville assistant head coach Dave Napier. We'll pass that conversation on to you next on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. It is the season finale for your Kahok hockey team, and we are in O'Fallon at the McKendree Recplex as the season finale will take place between Collinsville and Columbia. Joining us now is assistant head coach Dave Napier. Let's go back to last night, Coach. It was senior night, so you get to kind of view that from both perspectives. You get to view it as the assistant coach, and David, your son, was a senior, and he was in that celebration last night. So talk to us about that from both perspectives.
It's funny, you put yourself in a business mode, sort of. You kind of go coach first, and then you realize for a split second, like, oh, and I'm a dad too. So then, you know, he came over, and that was a pretty proud moment to see him up there. And his little brother came out in his gear, but you actually have a picture of both the boys in Kahok gear. One being a varsity, one being JV only. So it's the first chance they had to get themselves together in the same picture, and it helps to have mom there with the flowers. It was really nice, and really hats off to the board and the organization. They put on a great senior night, probably the best one I've seen from any club, let alone our own.
I saw the younger Napier there with his gear on, so you got a goalie in the family.
Yes, sir. Yeah, coming up. He's out of JV now, and unfortunately, at the end of this season, the Napier family, we move up to Wisconsin, so we don't get to return next year. And for him, he doesn't get to play any varsity hockey with the Collinsville team, but you know, we'll follow you guys from a distance. Luckily, with the broadcast and the feed that you put on, we'll be able to see you guys.
Well, that's cool. I'll gain some new listeners and watchers and viewers along the way as well. All right, the game itself went your way. You won 2-0. Talk about the game.
Yes, sir. It was a great game. You know, we got goals out of Loesch last night, which is he's really bombing some pucks on net lately. And I mean, as soon as he got the puck, our whole bench knew it was going in the net before he even let it go. That was a big deal. And the fact that the kids played with a two-goal lead the whole game practically and didn't mess that up. That might sound funny, but holding a 2-goal lead is impossible. And they ran the whole game with 2 goals and played a very controlled game, in control the entirety of it. Our goaltending was phenomenal. Like we split a game between 2 goalies and still got a shutout. You put a cold guy in and he gets a shutout, that's a good night. We had a good one.
Yeah, I was going to talk about next the tandem there of Goodson and Elmore. Goodson got the start. Elmore came in a little bit late. Goodson having another phenomenal year between the pipes, man. He's number 5 in the league with goals against average, so another Grant Goodson type year from him.
Absolutely, yeah. And so I got the fortune of watching him on 2 different teams, and just watching his focus and his development over the years has been really interesting. I've never seen a kid who drills it in. Him and Carter are much alike in the sense that they self-teach practically. I don't want to say 100% of the times. I know that's not true, but what they put themselves through mentally is above most goalies you'll see at their age, and especially at this level.
All right, talk about the time that you guys met Columbia, who you're playing tonight, back on November 12th. Seems like eons ago. 2 weeks before Thanksgiving and everything. Columbia won that game 1-0, a late goal in the third period, and you guys couldn't capitalize on it and get that tying goal to send that thing, or at least, get the extra point out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give all credit in that game too. Well, we could have shot a few more. I think we only had 60 shots on goal in that game or something thereabout. No, their goaltending that night, little Barbie was just a phenomenal goalie. He's a Bantam-aged kid right now. Really has a lot of growth potential, and he's so good already that it's amazing what he's doing for that team. He's really got a lot to do, like goaltending tends to do. He has a lot to do with why this team is where they are. So I would expect to see Tim Barbie being quite the machine next season, quite a leader of the club. But in a game, we shot all we could, and we defended as well as we could, and we did everything right, and just one goal at the end of the game was the difference.
All right, you guys come into this one 12-7-4, 28 points. You're 3 points behind the team that you're playing tonight. You're very comfortably ahead of the team that's behind you, so you guys are pretty much cemented in that spot right now. What's it looking like playoff-wise?
We'll see almost assuredly. There's nothing that could stop us from seeing Vianney in the round one. They're going to be a tough team. We played them close both times. The first game we were pretty beat up. We were missing a couple defensemen, had a suspension in that. We were pretty weak on the bench that night. But the second time we played them, we were pretty full, and they took it to us. So 4-2 the second time, and I think it was 2-1 the first time, I believe it was. So we had good showings with them, and we're this close. We're an inch away from taking them. So if we get them in that first round, maybe it's our turn now.
All right, so going into this game tonight against Columbia, they can't move up or down. You can't move up or down. Are you afraid of kind of the trap where you get comfortable and it's like, we don't have anything to play for here?
You might be afraid of that. I would be too, but from a coaching perspective, we're going to work the kids into more or less, I don't want to say a practice game because that's a really bad terminology, but we're going to work on things in this game that we don't have live action, that we don't have practice against other teams. We just don't do it. So we'll take the time tonight to work on some things, to get them to dial a few things in as we go into playoffs, stuff that we can see a little bit of diminishing attributes tonight. We're going to work on that in practice as we go forward too. So it's kind of a bit of a test tonight to see where we are, what we got to work on for the next couple of weeks to get into our playoffs.
I would imagine the playoffs will probably start Monday, I would think. So you guys have any practice between this last game and Monday?
We had a Saturday morning, and then you never know. Some of these kids play on other teams too, so they're getting quite a bit of ice time there. And they do share the expertise between our two teams pretty well. We're lucky that we've got quite a slug of them play over at Twin Bridges on the Elite 18 team. And with those kids playing together, you can really tell when they're on our team together, it really shows.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Go get them. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
That is Dave Napier, assistant head coach of your Collinsville Kahok hockey team. We'll take a break here on the Kahok Sports Network, and when we come back, we'll pass along the starting six for each team, and more names and more numbers will be coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Something old can be something new again. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville proves that old adage right one more time. Derek and Whitney Reiser, along with brewmaster and distillery operator Torrin O'Brien, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is not just a place to eat and drink, but more of a must-experience destination in the St. Louis area. With its Collinsville Herald newspaper feel, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery features a restaurant, a tap room, and of course a state-of-the-art one-of-a-kind distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery can handle all of your group functions, as well with an event space that can handle you and 79 of your friends for any large gathering. And the food? Well, simply amazing, with local and new favorites, plus brunch on Sundays. How about bocce ball or bags on the patio? Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 855-8027, online at oldheraldbrewing.com, or on Facebook at Old Herald.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock team.
And once again, welcome back to the McKendree Recplex here in O'Fallon. I am Todd Duke. Dak Ledbetter on the camera for us once again tonight. The season finale is here between Collinsville and Columbia, both of them with their season finales tonight. Here are your starters. We'll begin with Columbia. On the defensive pairings, you'll see number 29, Joshua O'Leary, and Luke Speckard wearing number 90. Your wingers on the left side, Josh Vandiver, number 70, and Jordan Smogala, number 22. And the centerman is Dylan Lauk. He wears number 20 on his back. And between the pipes for Columbia will be number 43, Tim Barbie. For Collinsville, your defensive pairing, Aloysius Paget, number 95 in your program. Dave Napier, number 14 on the defensive side of things. Jacob Baranski's on the right wing. He wears number 29. Connor Bush is on the left side. He wears number 63. Alexander Stenger is the centerman. He wears number 11. And in goal tonight for the second start in a row is number 23, Grant Goodson. Both teams at center ice. Collinsville wins the faceoff, and they start first by pushing the puck into their offensive zone. Stinger got the puck released from Napier, and then they swing it around the boards. And over on the far side, Paget does a nice job keeping it in at the blue line. Ends up going behind the net. Connor Bush with a centering pass. Almost, and I mean almost, found a perfect centering pass partner in Alex Stinger there, but Stinger just off the mark a little bit. Here's a pass to Baranski on the right wing. He'll try to put a shot toward goal. That's partially blocked out there by Joshua O'Leary. And then the puck ends up behind the net, swung around front off of a skate. Connor Bush can't get it in. And a little scrum over by the far side of the net results in a puck being shot up the boards, and Napier couldn't hold it in. Collinsville swings it back in offside, so they'll have to tag up, and while they do, they go for a line change. Here is Columbia trying to get their first offensive push on track here tonight, but right now the puck stays in front of their net. Collinsville picks it up, takes it back into the zone for just a moment, and then the loose puck picked up in the neutral zone, and Collinsville slowly pushes it back into the neutral zone. Goalkeeper stats, goaltender stats for Tim Barbie. This is his 14th game, 462 minutes. 9-3-1 is Barbie on the year. He has given up 23 goals, and he's made 256 saves for a 2.09 goals against average and a save percentage at .918, so almost 92%. Here comes Collinsville into the offensive zone once again. Here is Schreiber. I saw the 0 and part of the 7, which I thought was the 1. That was Jacob Belandis. And the loose puck belongs to Columbia, but only for a second. Edwards gets it and sweeps it back in, but Columbia gets it right back. And up against the far boards, Collinsville returns the favor and gets the puck back going the other way again. Here's Joel Arnold in the high slot, now down low. Takes it back over into the corner, sweeps it around the boards over for Quatlander. Quatlander shovels it up forward, but no one there wearing the purple jerseys could get to it. Collinsville in their alternate purple jerseys tonight with the Kahok Indian head logo on the front. Columbia's in their home whites this evening, as they are the home team. Blue trousers, and they have the Eagles logo on the fronts of their jerseys. Collinsville once again in the offensive zone, and taking it behind the net is Liam Elner for Columbia, and then Napier does a nice job over there on the far side, keeping it at the blue line, then chips in a little bit on the offensive push. Now back over onto the line, or trying to anyway. Collinsville doing a nice job keeping the pressure down here, and here is David Bennett. Bennett right in front, sweeps a backhander off toward the net, but Barbie just got a piece of that, and it goes wide. Napier keeps it in at the blue line. Skates across that blue line. Over on the far side, he'll leave it off the boards, and Collinsville trying to track it down from there. They can't. Columbia does. That shot all the way down the length of the ice, and that's going to be an icing call, which will give us a chance to talk about our goalie, Grant Goodson, number 23. This is his 10th game, 317 minutes, 6-1-1 on the year is Grant. He's given up 13 goals while making 130 saves, and that is a goals against average of 1.72. His save percentage right at 91%, or .909, so close enough to call it 91% anyway. And the goals against average, number 5 in the league for goalkeepers that have played over 300 minutes. Collinsville gets the puck. That's Stinger over in the corner. Blues are playing tonight, too. They get a 9 o'clock start in Calgary just as well. So the Kahawks and the Eagles feeling like they're playing on the West Coast. Probably not. Collinsville gets the puck once again. Alberico shoots it up, and that one ends up going into the Eagles bench. And that stops play. So Alton beat O'Fallon 3-2. Alton now just 1 point behind O'Fallon in the standings, but it's the top 6 teams that make it into the gold division of the playoffs. And Collinsville right now is that 6th team, and they cannot move out of that spot. So O'Fallon and Alton, they will volley for the top spot in the silver division of the playoffs when they get underway next week. Alton still has one more game left, and O'Fallon has a 1 point lead. O'Fallon is done. This was their last game tonight here against Alton. Matter of fact, all the teams in the top of the standings, Granite City, Freeburg, Vianney, Belleville, they all have one game left. Puck down in the Columbia offensive zone for the first time here in this game, and it doesn't stay there for very long, and then they poke it back down to the Eagles. Goodson stops it behind his own net. No Nicholas Garofalo tonight. If you were with us last night, he got tossed from the game for dragging a player down by the face mask, and thus he has a 1-game suspension to serve, and he is serving that right now. So Collinsville 1 player short. And now there'll be 1 player short here as Baranski goes off for the game's first penalty. 9:36 left to play here in this opening period. So far, neither team has registered a shot on goal, but that may change now as the Columbia Eagles embark on their first power play. They win the face-off, but it's off of the ankles there of Napier, but Napier couldn't corral the puck, so it's back to O'Leary. I said pluck, didn't I? And a puck in front, and a nice job covering up there by Grant Goodson before anyone wearing the blue and the white could get a shot on goal. They're going to count it as a shot, so that's the first shot on goal here in this game. It comes with 9:23 left in this first period. Collinsville, short-handed. Volandis gets it and sends it down backhanded, and then Tim Barbie, the goalie, shoots it on up to try to get his offense moving, but he didn't get it up far enough, and now Collinsville still trying to keep it down in the defensive zone for a little while and chew up some of this power play time from Columbia. And doing a nice job of that is Jacob Belandis over there in the corner. He gets the puck back as Collinsville operates shorthanded. Now we're going to have a penalty coming up against Columbia, so teams are going to be even strength at 4-on-4 for the next minute and 20 seconds. And then Collinsville will have an opportunity for a short 40-second power play if things go right. Face-off will come to Tim Barbie's right. And it's won by Joel Arnold, and the puck out to the blue line for Paget. He backhands it along the boards, and Arnold goes back behind the net to get it. Now comes into the near side corner, does Joel Arnold. Arnold sweeps it out to Paget. Paget, high circle, takes a shot, and that one is blocked, and I think it was stuck in Colin Schmidt's clothing for a while, and he didn't know that. He skated around, and it finally fell out. Now Joel Arnold gets it back behind the Columbia net once again. Skates it in the opposite direction. Over on the face-off circle, high on the top, and over onto the stick of Peyton Smith. Now Smith sends it back over behind the net, and Joel Arnold trying to chase it down, but he won't get there first. Quatlander stops the puck from leaving the zone with a little backhand shot. Collinsville and Columbia 4-on-4 for the next 30 seconds. Over in the corner, Joel Arnold gets shoved down by Liam Elner. And then Collinsville's Peyton Smith comes up with the puck, takes a weird hit and comes up a little gimpy to start off with, but he looks better as he skates. Here is Napier in the defensive zone, now cutting it across the red line. Moves past another defender and tries to chase the puck down as it ends up behind the net. Over into the far side corner. Napier in the face-off circle. Gets it back to Paget. Paget lost a blade and lost an edge on that blade and went down. And it was a good thing Collinsville got that puck back. Napier gets taken out right in front of the penalty benches, and then a shot by Schreiber goes high over the stick of Tim Barbie. Columbia gets the rebound. 7:20 left to play. Now Collinsville on the power play. First period action. No score between these two teams, Collinsville and Columbia. Kahoks still looking for their first shot on goal. Here is Nathan Austin. Austin with a little bit of speed over on the far side. Then he puts on the brakes, keeps the puck with him, sends it back to the blue line, and a shot that never materialized off of the stick of Andrew Belandis. And then the loose puck back at center ice. Chopped back into the zone by Collinsville, and over into the far side corner it goes. Collinsville has to step out and tag back up to remain onside, and a nice job over there on the stop by Austin. He'll corral the puck in the corner and feed it to a teammate. Now out front, Belandis with a shot. That one goes wide, right past the glove of Tim Barbie, and then up the near side boards. It comes into the neutral zone. Schreiber takes over for Collinsville, and then back to his defense, and now up to Alex Stinger. Stinger trying to find Austin, but that puck eluded him. Over into the far side corner it goes. Collinsville still keeping the puck in the offensive zone most of this first half. Everybody's back to even strength now. 6:20 left to play here in this first period. No score as Ryan Weatherford brings the puck up for Columbia. It goes behind the Collinsville net. Kahawks chase it down, try to get it out. They do so. A little backhand shove into the neutral zone there by Jacob Baranski. And Baranski gets it back in the slot, takes the shot, and shoots it a little bit wide. He was getting some pressure from behind. Ben Valentine then gets a hold of the puck for Columbia, sends it to the neutral faceoff dot, and almost picked up there by Collinsville, but then here comes Columbia with another shot on goal. Luke Speckard with a little bit of a blast there that Grant Goodson saves. Collinsville gets it out of harm's way, and they send it into the offensive zone. 5:35 left to play here in this first period. Collinsville still looking for their first shot on goal. Oh, that was a nice feed on the backhand by Connor Bush. Unable to pull the trigger was Brent Ledbetter. And now Columbia trying to go in for a little offense right now as well. Puck comes onto the stick of Ledbetter. He leaves it behind for Paget. Paget works the puck up across the line, and well, I was going to say, Jacob Belandis looked like he was coming in offside, and he did by about a skate's length. 5:10 left to play here in this first period. No score. Collinsville and Columbia. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahoks Sports Network for this season finale, the regular season finale for both of these teams. There's still some jockeying to go in the top of the division to see who wants to end up taking on another team with a lesser record. There is Columbia moving it into the zone. That is Joe Soder. Back behind the net it goes. Collinsville trying to corral it down over there. That puck comes out front, and the Kahawks are the ones who come away with it, and it comes into the neutral zone. So Collinsville gets the puck before Columbia does. They would have had to tag up anyway, what are the Eagles, and now with the puck is Edwards. Edwards lost control of the puck. All the way down the ice it goes, and back behind his own net, it's taken by Andrew Belandis. Belandis gets run into, and he'll take a little bit of a hit there as the puck comes out to Joel Arnold. Arnold with a 3-on-2 chance for Collinsville here. Oh, from the almost the center red line, Arnold with a blistering shot, but that goes wide. Collinsville having a hard time getting a shot on goal. That one goes right through the goal crease. And it's picked up by Augustine for Columbia. He sweeps it up the boards and all the way out, and they're going to call that one safe from icing. Collinsville will go track it down. Alberico gets it behind his own net. Comes out with a burst of speed. Up the near side boards in front of his bench. He'll take a hit there and go down, but he'll get the pass off anyway. Collinsville into the zone. Here is Ledbetter in the face-off circle over on the left wing. Couldn't get a shot off or a pass. Now a loose puck comes in front, and Columbia sweeps it out of harm's way. They have to come back and do the Kahawks. They get a couple of defenders back just in time to avoid any kind of an odd man rush, and then Columbia sweeps it up those far side boards, hoping for one of the defensemen back at the blue line to get it, but that defenseman was not there. Collinsville gets the puck, has it behind their own net. 3:20 left to play here in this first period. No score between the Eagles and the Kahawks. Collinsville sends it out to the blue line. Kept in nicely there by number 91, Charlie Soder. For Columbia, didn't get a lot on that shot, and it kind of flutters to Goodson, and Goodson stayed on top of it. 3:08 left to play with the stoppage in play. The Lady Kahawks won 56-45 as well. Looks like Kristen Mitchell and Katie Knutson both had 18 points, while Faith Liljegren had 12. So nice job by all. The boys won, the girls won. Let's hope the hockey team can win, and we can call it a trifecta. How about that? Puck comes up the near side boards, then ricochets off of a body, and then it's sent back in. Behind the Collinsville net, an off-angle shot wouldn't go in. Collinsville, and a nice job there by Napier to get that puck on his backhand and knock it away from his goalkeeper there. As Collinsville plays a little tic-tac-toe behind their own net. Napier comes up with it, tries to send it up to Austin. Austin does get it on a ricochet, and then up the ice we go, and here is Jacob Schreiber. Schreiber over on the left side wing, and Collinsville still looking for that first shot on goal. Another whiff up there close to the net. And a loose puck comes out. Here's Nathan Austin. Austin will feed it in the middle. There's a goal by Schreiber. How about that for a first shot on goal? Nathan Austin with a nice little backhand pass to Jacob Schreiber. And Collinsville goes up front 1-0. And the team leading 19th goal of the year for Jacob Schreiber. That was a nice backhand feed by Austin. So the Kahawks getting outshot 4-0. They take their first shot on goal, and it goes into the back of the net. Collinsville up 1-0. Columbia, they got a goal late in the third period in the first meeting back on November the 12th. We won't have to wait that long this time for our first goal. It comes here at the 2:39 mark. And then a puck that goes dangerously close in front of the crease there by Grant Goodson, but Collinsville picks it up. They send it out. On the way with it. Trying to track it down for Collinsville was Jacob Baranski. 90 seconds left to play here in this first period. Puck comes into the Collinsville defensive zone, and they send it right back out. Goes along those the far side boards, tracked down over there by Columbia. And they bring it out looking for a little bit of an offensive push. Schmidt throws it into the center ice circle and trying to find Holton, but Holton never could get a stick on it. And then Collinsville trying to come away with it. They do so back in their defensive end. And Alberico tries to send it up to Edwards, but that's off of a skate. Luckily, it goes right back to Alberico. And now a pass up, and Collinsville's got numbers. Oh, nice defensive play there by Landon Renner for Columbia. He knocked that puck away before Collinsville could even get set up in the zone. Now Collinsville comes away with it, Columbia comes away with it with 45 seconds left to play here in this first period. Back behind the net it goes. Collinsville trying to set things up once again. Over onto the far side boards and right at the center red line. Kahok shoot the puck back in to their offensive zone on the right side of the red line, so no icing. The puck comes out to Edwards. Edwards gets the puck up to Napier. Napier back at the blue line takes a shot. He was hoping for a deflection, but the only deflection happened off of the blocker of Barbie, and that was a shot that was right on. Barbie had to make a kick save on. Back out to Napier, but he had the puck ripped away from him by Shadus. And now Collinsville gets the puck back in the neutral zone. Whacking at it over there is Jacob Blandis. He'll send it up the boards, and that will pretty much do it for the first period as the final seconds tick away, and Collinsville has themselves a 1-0 lead after one period of play. Period number 2. That'll come your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Back at the McKendree Recplex, Todd Duke and Dak Ledbetter along with you. It is a 1-0 contest after one period of play as we head into the second. And taking a look at the Blues game, the Blues and the Calgary Flames are involved in a score fest out in Calgary. 7 goals scored so far. Right now with about 8 minutes to go in period number 2, Calgary has a 4-3 lead. Here it is 1-0, a first period goal by Jacob Schreiber with a nice assist by Nathan Austin. And Collinsville wins the faceoff here as we're underway in period number 2. We switch into the ice. Grant Goodson is in the goal to your right. Tim Barbie is in the goal to your left. The puck is in front of the penalty box, and so were a couple of the players that were jostling for position. O'Leary ends up coming away with the puck for Columbia, and the Eagles send it up the boards to the neutral zone. Collinsville trying to intercept there. They can't. Coming into the zone, shot, and the only man that scored a goal in the last game for Columbia, Mr. DeFawcett, takes his first shot on goal. Elijah DeFawcett comes into this contest as his team's leading goal scorer with 16. Collinsville's leading goal scorer came in with 18, but he has scored the only goal here in this game thus far, and Jacob Schreiber picks up goal number 19. And we're going to have a penalty, and this one's going to be interference. And it's going to go against David Bennett. He took a player out along the boards right in front of the Collinsville bench long after that player sent the puck up ice. So Bennett is actually, looks like they're going to kick him out of the game. I don't agree with the call much. Wasn't a vicious hit or anything, but the hit did come after the pass was released, so it is an interference call, but I don't think he deserved to be kicked out of the game for it. So somebody's going to have to serve that penalty for O'Fallon, for Collinsville. Man, I've been 3 games in about 36 hours. I don't even know what teams I have anymore. They're going to send Nathan Austin they're going to send Peyton Smith into the box. So another power play for Columbia. They're 0 for 1 on the power play. They had about a minute and 20-second power play. About a minute and 20. Something like that. Each team had not a full power play, and each team is 0 for 1. Columbia on their second power play. Loose puck, and Renner trying to track it down for the Eagles. He does so at the faceoff circle, takes a shot from there, right near the boards, and right into the glove of Grant Goodson. 12:55 left. Collinsville was outshot in that first period 4-3. They were being outshot 4-0 when the Kahawks scored their first goal. And speaking of that, the puck ends up right in front of the goal. Handled there by Goodson. So the faceoff comes to Goodson's left, and it is won by Joe Sutter. Collinsville trying to get the puck out of the way and send it down the ice. They're shorthanded. And a puck right in front of the net. Now the Kahawks get it. They send it out, but it doesn't go the length of the ice. Nice job by O'Leary to get a partial stick on that puck to keep it from going very far. There. This is a 5-minute major, by the way, they called. In case you didn't know that when I said that they kicked him out of the game. So Collinsville is going to be shorthanded for another 4 minutes and 15 seconds. They'll have their work cut out for them here during this one. Bennett, coming into this contest, had no penalty minutes at all. And just like that, he's got 5. There's a shot all the way down, and Barbie has to stay alert. Collinsville, the only player coming back. Barbie had to send the puck all the way up through the neutral zone. Now it's poked in for Columbia to try to go back to work, but Dave Napier is the one who gets there first for the Kahawks, and he'll send it all the way down the length of the ice. 12 minutes to go here in the second period. 3:50 left to go in the 5-minute major penalty to David Bennett. And now the Columbia Eagles bring the puck up. Collinsville's got one player back all the way stuck at the other end of the ice as the stick got caught in the net. And Ledbetter, I think, ended up breaking that stick, and he had to come back to the bench to get another one. Here is Smogalia, and he takes a shot. A blocker save over on the far side there by Grant Goodson. Collinsville trying to poke it out from his knees. Paget does so, and Paget gets up and tries to chase that puck down. Sent to the neutral zone. There's Dylan Lauk. Lauk for Columbia. Trying to get past 3 defenders. No one challenged Lauk at all, and now a shot and another blocker save. You heard that thud off of the blocker of Grant Goodson, and then Collinsville sweeps it down on a backhand to kill up some more time. 3 minutes left to go on the man advantage here for Columbia. 11 minutes left to play in this second period. Collinsville leads 1-0. They got a goal in the first. Back behind the Eagles' net it goes. Through the neutral zone and backhanded, and then off of a body it goes into the offensive zone, and then Columbia knocked that puck in off sides and no call. It ended up going off a body while there was already somebody in the zone, and the referee waves the safe sign. That's all right. Collinsville got it out. Now Columbia gets it back in. Once again, this time they're going to call it offside. Over on the far side was Josh Vandiver, and he was already into the zone when that puck was brought in. 10:33 left to play here in the second period. 2:26 left in the 5-minute major to David Bennett, which is being served by Peyton Smith. Bennett has been tossed from this game, so 2 nights in a row Collinsville has a player tossed. Last night it was Garofalo. Tonight it's Bennett. Over on the far side, Columbia trying to bring it in. It banks off the back of the referee, and coming away with it was Belandis. And Belandis was trying to skate it into the zone. Needs to just shoot it in there and chew up some of that time, but Collinsville corrals it into the Columbia zone, and a high hoister out of there all the way down the length of the ice will chew up some more precious seconds as we're down to 2 minutes left in the man advantage. So just like a regular power play now, you got to get past this one. Here is Soder. Comes in on the right wing, takes a shot high, and then ends up high off the top of the glass behind the net. Occupied there by Grant Goodson. Now Schreiber picks it up, swings it off of the near side glass over here on this side, and Columbia keeps it in. Soder couldn't catch the puck with his glove this time. It goes all the way down the length of the ice, and Tim Barbie is there to slow everything down, and he'll give it up for one of his teammates, and the Eagles will work back up the ice. 9.5 minutes to go in this second period. 1:20 left to go. Here is Nathan Austin with a steal on short-handed, a shot and a save by Barbie. Then a bouncing puck Barbie has to knock out of there. Collinsville, a little dangerous there, short-handed. Nathan Austin comes away with the puck again. He and Stinger are down there causing all kinds of havoc. And then the Blue Jack, I knew that was going to happen. The Eagles sweep it in on the offensive side. It was only a matter of time. 9 minutes left to go here in the second. 50 seconds left to go. In the man advantage here for Columbia. And in the meantime, they're taking as many shots on goal as they can on this power play. Out shooting Collinsville 11-5 right now. Nice moves in front. In the slot, O'Leary, his shot goes high over the glove side there, or the stick side of Grant Goodson. 30 seconds left to go in the penalty. Collinsville trying to survive this 5-minute major. In front, oh boy, I tell you what. Sitting right there on the doorstep was Ryan Foster, and he couldn't pull the trigger. That might have been their best opportunity for Columbia there on that power play. 15 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the Eagles. On the far side, a little give and go. Winning up with the puck is Schmidt, and then back over to the blue line it goes. From the high slot, shot taken. That was a leg save by Goodson. He flashed that left leg out there just in time as Peyton Smith comes out of the penalty box. Power play is over, and Columbia will head back down to the other end of the ice after Collinsville ices the puck, probably thinking there were still some seconds left on that power play. So they survive the 5-minute major to David Bennett do the Kahawks. 8:01 left to play here in this second period. Columbia now out shooting Collinsville 13-5 after that 5-minute power play. Face off in the far side circle to Goodson's right, won by Collinsville. Alberico trying to shoot the pucks off the boards. He can't get it. And finally, the Kahawks come away with it. And to the neutral zone it goes, but Jacob Belandis was unable to hold on to the puck and bring it up ice. So Collinsville back on defense. Napier sends it up over onto the far side. That was a nice pass across the blue line. And now over to Belandis. Belandis comes in on the left wing circle and leaves the puck out front. Who wants it? That puck went through a bunch of skates and a bunch of sticks, and no one touched it. Now the Kahawks get it back. Belandis sends it up. And back behind the net, Barbie sweeps it around into that far side corner. 7:15 left to go here in the second period. Here is Joel Arnold. Collinsville leads 1-0. Arnold in the far side corner flips the puck up in the air, and it bounces over onto the other side of the net. And now Belandis sends it back to Arnold behind the net. Arnold sends it back to Belandis, but Belandis was out of position this time, and it comes up the near side boards. Alberico takes a big hit there from Connor Holton, and Holton probably outweighs Alberico by about 70 pounds. Here is Napier behind his own net, puts on the brakes and then brings it out over here on the near side, banks it off the glass to Nathan Austin, but it flutters after it hits Nathan Austin's stick and then goes to a Columbia player. Austin sends it back to Napier once again, off of a body out front, shot on goal, shoved aside by Goodson. Napier then sweeps it up against the far side boards, handled there by Schreiber. And a possible 3-on-2 situation over to Nathan Austin. Austin trying to catch up on the right wing circle and can't get there. And then up against the boards he does. Sends it up to Schreiber. And now Austin over there in a little bit of a battle with Elner. Collinsville sweeps it back into the offensive zone. And a shot. That's shoved aside by Barbie. 6 minutes left to play here in this second period. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Last game of the regular season for both teams. Neither one of them can move anywhere in the playoff standing, so they're all set, but still playing out the string with the last regular season game left before the playoffs possibly get underway on Monday. We'll find out over the weekend, and of course, I'll post that information on our Facebook page for you. There was a spill there by Baranski. And then in front, oh, nice job. Coming out for a challenge, and Goodson wins that challenge, and then sweeps the puck back over into the corner with his stick after another shot. And then Collinsville right there at the end of the Columbia bench trying to corral the puck away. There's a 5-person scrum there. Napier comes up with it from his knees and sends it down the ice. Baranski's going to chase it down. No icing called. Turns around, fires it up. Ledbetter right off the bench on the blue line, but couldn't keep it in. And with 5:05 left, Columbia brings it back down with some numbers as well, but that's intercepted by Ledbetter. He turns around and hands the puck off to Baranski, and now a pass over here as Collinsville couldn't control, popped right up into the air and into the netting, and that will stop the action with 4:52 left to play here in this second period. Collinsville leading 1-0, but the Kahawks are being outshot 15-6. Face-off will come out to the left of Grant Goodson. And Ledbetter got taken off the puck with a little glove to the grill. Here's Connor Bush now. Talked to Connor Bush before the game. He's like, I scored last night, man. I got the tip in, but nobody saw it, so I don't get credit for it. I'm like, well, you know what you got to do then, right? He's like, yeah, score a goal tonight. I said, yeah. We'll see if that materializes. Collinsville on the defensive side of things. They're trying to break it out. They get it into the neutral zone. Bush does. And then it's sent right back in. And Napier chases it down for the Kahawks. He'll take a ride back behind his own net. Up those far side boards. It's finally swept out of the zone, and it's Ledbetter with it. Ledbetter then pushes it all the way into the corner, comes to the bench for a line change. Collinsville trying to pour on some offense here with 4 minutes to go in period number 2, and we're going to have another whistle, and looks like we're going to have another penalty. No? Saw a referee with his arm up. And yes, we are. Collinsville is going to go on the power play. Columbia 0 for 2, including a 5-minute power play as Smugala is in the box. Collinsville only had about 40 seconds on their first power play. Two-minute man advantage here for the Kahawks. They win the faceoff. Napier with it. He'll travel behind the Columbia net with it and all the way over onto the far side circle. And then turns around and trying to hand the puck off to Schreiber. Back to the blue line it comes. A shot and a glove save off of the stick of Joel Arnold right into the glove of Tim Barbie. And Collinsville will regroup here on the power play with 3:43 left to play here in this second period. At the end of the second in Calgary, the Flames still have a 1-goal advantage over the Blues at 4-3. Stinger sweeps it toward the net, but didn't get it close enough for a shot. And now it comes up the near side boards. Napier tries to keep it in. He can't. Ends up going back to Joel Arnold. Arnold over on the far side to Nathan Austin. Austin right in the middle to Jacob Schreiber. Schreiber comes in, trying to find some room to work with. He's cut off from that room by some good defensive work there by Columbia. They get the puck to the Eagles, and they'll send it all the way down the ice to relieve some pressure. Still 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go in the man advantage here for Collinsville. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the period. Here is Schreiber right in front of his own bench. Sends the puck up, but it eludes Alex Stinger. He gets it caught in his skates for a brief moment. And Collinsville will have to regroup. Here is Arnold. Works the puck up to Schreiber over here on the left wing. Schreiber with a shot and a goal! Boy, oh boy, Schreiber blistered that one in there. And the Kahawks get a power play goal here at the 2:54 mark of the second period. And Collinsville takes a 2-0 lead. Well, that was a blistering shot from the top of the left faceoff circle. Perfect right over the glove of Tim Barbie. As Lauk brings it up, as Columbia now trails 2-0. Here is Peyton Smith. He'll send it all the way around the dasher boards and up to the far side. Joel Arnold trying to corral the puck. He can't, but it comes right onto the stick of Jacob Belandis. Belandis, then trying to feed Peyton Smith. Alberico fell down without any help from anyone. He finds the puck and then sends it to the net, but Barbie is there to snag that with his glove. And that'll stop the clock with 2:24 left to play here in this second period. Kahawks being outshot 15-9, but they'll take it because they're leading on the other side of the scoreboard in the goal department by a score of 2-0. Here is Smith. He'll turn around and send a pass right up into the slot. Turnaround shot. Barbie shoves that aside. Off of the stick of Jacob Belandis. Excuse me. Now Arnold with it over there. Swept back behind the net by Smith. Columbia chases the puck down, sends it up the boards, but gets intercepted by a body wearing purple and white, and then a shot taken by Peyton Smith goes high and to the other side. Jacob Bolandis overskated that puck, and now Paget, who scored his 8th goal last night, sweeps it back into the neutral zone. Bolandis will send it back into the offensive zone, and that one is going to be from the opposite side of the red line. So icing called against Collinsville. Faceoff will come down and be to the left of Grant Goodson. 1:39 left to play here in this second period. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. Foster against Bolandis. Bolandis wins. Gets it back to Quatlander. Quatlander up against the boards over there on the far side, but past the stick of one of his teammates, and then a high shot that Grant Goodson has to jump up for, and he catches it like a shortstop. Well, we have the day off tomorrow after a busy 15-hour day yesterday with work, bowling, and hockey. Yep, I took the day off today from work. Had to rest up with another late hockey game. Back to work tomorrow morning. So we have tomorrow night off from games, and Thursday we'll have some girls basketball for you. Friday we'll have our final wrestling match of the year. It'll be senior night for the wrestling team as they play in their home match finale. And then Saturday we have both girls and boys basketball for you. 2 doubleheaders in 1 week. 7 games in 6 days. Next week, we only have 2 games scheduled. Girls basketball on Tuesday and boys basketball on Friday. That's because we left a little wiggle room for hockey playoffs. Faceoff now comes to the right of Goodson, and it's won by Columbia. They trail 2-0, do the Eagles. Circling with it, and now back to the blue line, and partially whiffing on the shot there was Luke Speckard. And now a loose puck will float all the way down into the Collinsville offensive zone. 45 seconds left to play. A steal and a backhand shot and a goal. Oh, baby. Collinsville is living large tonight as they score 3 goals. All 3 of them scored by Jacob Schreiber. He gets the hat trick here before we even reach the final period. So Schreiber scores goals number 19, 20, and 21 here this evening. And he gets a natural hat trick. All 3 scored in a row. No one else scoring in between them. And the Kahawks have a nice 3-0 lead. I tell you what, all 3 of these goals have been like highlight goals too. We'll have to see if we can make some highlights tomorrow when we have the day off. Here come the Kahawks once again. Joel Arnold sweeps it in, and that was a bouncing puck that Tim Barbie had problems with. Tried to use his stick, then thought about better, and now another chance for Collinsville in front. And having a hard time getting it out of his skates was DeMaio Edwards. And then Columbia gets it back, and they'll send it into the neutral zone. And Schmidt will send one floating toward Grant Goodson, but time was running thin anyway. And at the end of 2 periods of play, the Collinsville Kahawks lead the Columbia Eagles by a score of 3-0. We'll be back with the 3rd period in just a moment here on the Kahawks Sports Network.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage.
We're underway in period number 3. Todd Duke and Dak Ledbetter back with you from the McKendree Recplex. A natural hat trick tonight by Jacob Schreiber has given Collinsville a 3-0 lead as we head into this third frame. And Collinsville now trying to sweep it out as we head back into the other direction. Same direction we were heading in the first period. Here is Connor Bush over into the corner trying to get it to a teammate. Couldn't tell who it was, but Paget ends up with it, and then he banks it right off of the shins of one of the Columbia players, and that Columbia player tries to send it in front of the net. That was Elijah DeFawcett. It was partially blocked over there by the Kahok defense, and now a loose puck will come rolling into the middle, and Stinger will flop it into the neutral zone. Connor Bush. Oh, Connor gets taken down, and a penalty is going to come up. This one's going to go against Charlie Sodert as he took Connor Bush down with a hit to the head. So Collinsville will go on another power play. They are 1 for 2 on the power play. So Schreiber scored in the first and 2 in the second. Collinsville goes on their third power play, and we'll see if we can get some more tallies up on the old scoreboard. Collinsville wins the faceoff. Belandis sends it back behind the Eagles' net, where it's taken there by O'Leary, and O'Leary traps it against the boards, but Collinsville digs it right back out. Here is Belandis, high slot shot, and a blocker save over there by Barbie. And the rebound comes all the way out into that far side, into the corner. Here's Napier with a shot, and Barbie gets a piece of that one, and it goes behind the net. Over into the corner again. Arnold sends it behind the net to Schreiber. Schreiber trying to feed it in front to Austin. No good. Belandis gets it back. He fires it just wide, and then the puck popped up in the air, and Barbie knocks it out of midair with that blocker once again. Oh, right in front. A tip-in try there by Nathan Austin, and it just goes wide. Austin gets the rebound, sends it up to Belandis, who sends it back to Austin. Kahawks on the power play. Austin misfired on the pass, goes back behind the net, and will circle in front to Belandis. Another shot, a tip-in try by Schreiber, and that one is handled over there by O'Leary. Now, Schreiber gets it back out to Belandis. Back to Schreiber in the faceoff circle. Over on the far side to Austin. An off-angle shot. That one just missed that near side post over there. Well, near side if you're in Austin's shoes, and then Columbia finally gets it and sends it down the ice to relieve some of that pressure. 40 seconds left to go in the man advantage here for the Kahawks. They get the puck back, and they'll send it up to Napier. Napier will elude Joe Soder. And Collinsville in the neutral zone. Picking it up is Edwards. Edwards gets ran into by Soder, and Edwards goes down, gets back up. He's fine and shorthanded. Chance for Columbia, but that one ends up being sent up into the netting by Grant Goodson, and that'll stop the clock with 18 seconds left to play in the man advantage here for Collinsville. 11:23 left to play in the third period here. Columbia still out shooting the Kahawks 19-14. Columbia, off the post. Columbia wins the faceoff, and an instant shot by Colin Schmidt. That one went over the shoulder, all right, shoulder of Grant Goodson, and off the post. 7 seconds left to go in the power play here for Collinsville, but the faceoff once again will come to the right of Goodson. And Foster, that's Foster this time. Ryan Foster, number 24, wins the faceoff and then takes the shot. Goodson swallows it up. That took 5 seconds, so there's still 2 seconds left to go on the power play here for Collinsville. And the faceoff won once again by Columbia. They are back to full strength as Peyton Smith sends that puck back behind his net into the far side corner, tracked down over there by Belandis and sent up to Connor Bush. Bush coming in on the left wing. Now high slot. Takes a shot right into the glove of Barbie. Connor Bush trying real hard to get that goal that he scored last night back. 3-0 in favor of Collinsville. All 3 goals coming from Jacob Schreiber. Here comes Columbia through neutral ice. Foster sends it off the boards. Quatlander will go chase it down for the Kahawks. Up the boards it goes, and onto the stick of Jacob Belandis. Belandis lost it, gets it back, sends it up to Smith. Smith comes across and sends it up to Connor Bush. And Bush will just sweep it into the offensive zone, and Collinsville will play dump and chase. Smith gets it first. Bush, a backhander right in front of the net. No one there. Now Nathan Austin with it. He takes a shot. That's ricocheted wide. And it goes over into the far side corner. Connor Bush back behind the Eagles' net. Getting pushed off the puck there by Landon Renner. Comes in front, and a shot and a goal. This one by Andrew Belandis. And Collinsville goes up by a score of 4-0. So somebody not named Jacob Schreiber finally gets in on the action. And for Andrew Belandis, that is goal number 6 on the year. Joel Arnold wins the faceoff in the neutral zone. Collinsville now up 4-0. 9:45 left to play here in this third period. We probably won't play all of that now that Collinsville has a 4-0 lead, and we'll see. We'll see how the referees want to play. They're the ones in charge of shaving time off the clock. Collinsville gets the puck back, and they head back in to the offensive zone. Here is Joel Arnold. He takes a shot off of the face mask, and a backhand attempt on the rebound by Austin. That wouldn't go in as well. And now Paget. I can't hear anything the PA announcer is saying here. I don't know if anybody else can, but here's DeFawcett. Sends the puck up toward the net, but shot never materialized. Collinsville gets the puck back. They bring it up the ice. And all the way down it goes, and it's stopped over there by Barbie, and he'll draw the whistle and cover up the puck. 8:55 left to play here in period number 3. Faceoff will come out to the left of Tim Barbie. Faceoff won by Collinsville. Stinger gets it, has it in the faceoff circle, and then gets tripped up. No call there. Referee was watching that play the whole way. Here is Brent Ledbetter. Up those far side boards. Quatlander does a nice job keeping it in. At least I think that's who that was. But Columbia comes away with it anyway. Yes, that was Quatlander. Over onto the far side and tripped up a little bit behind the net. Not sure if he lost a edge or got tripped up, but nevertheless, Elijah DeFawcett goes down. Here is Belandis trying to wiggle his way into the zone. Couldn't do it. Ledbetter does. In the high slot, Ledbetter with a little bit of a shot that didn't have much juice on it and stayed right on top of ice level, and it goes right to Tim Barbie, and that stops the clock with 8:17 left to play here in this third period. Faceoff once again will come to the left of Tim Barbie. Won by the Eagles, and Joe Sodert ends up with it on his stick. He brings it up through the neutral zone. Now into the offensive zone. He'll dump it into the corner, and then he'll try to chase it down. Quatlander gets there first. Sends it into the corner for Peyton Smith, and then Smith right back to Quatlander. Quatlander uses the boards once again. Sends it up to Belandis off of the boards. And it's shoved back in by Columbia, but Collinsville will get it back out. And over on the far side, picked up and carried in by Jacob Baranski, and then turned aside. Collinsville will come up with it. And the Kahawks send it all the way across the ice. A little backhand pass to Baranski, trying to get it up to Belandis. Belandis shoots it in, and then will head off for a line change. It's picked up behind the net by Landon Renner. Renner tries to send it up the boards to Vandiver, and Vandiver does get a hold of it and then backhands it into his offensive zone where it's chased down by Collinsville's Dave Napier. He sends it over to Bush. Bush was trying to flick a pass over to Schreiber, but that was picked off. Now Schreiber ends up with it to Connor Bush. Bush up the near side boards, comes in with it, but he's got a host of company wearing the blue and white. And then Napier comes in to help. And Napier will go chase it down here in this near side corner. 7 minutes left to go, and right in front it goes. And then Connor Bush and DeMaio Edwards almost run into each other right there in the front of the crease. Columbia comes away with the puck. They sweep it into the neutral zone. Collinsville takes it right back in. Now we're going to have a penalty coming up. Now we're going to have a high sticking call going to go against Collinsville. And Columbia is going to go on their third power play of this game. This penalty belongs to DeMaio Edwards. .6:41 left to play here in period number 3. Collinsville out front 4-0. Goals in each period by the Kahawks. Schreiber in the first. 2 goals by Schreiber in the second. And a goal by Andrew Belandis here in the third. Nathan Austin brings it in almost with a shorthanded try, as Collinsville is shorthanded once again. Actually, we're going to have I didn't even notice that Joe Soder got put in the box as well, so it's 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. No power play. Here's O'Leary. A little bit more ice to move around on out there. O'Leary over into the far side corner, and that's pushed aside by Goodson, and then Goodson comes over here to the near side. Puck sent back over to the far side. Foster with it. Back to the blue line, where it's kept in by Ryan Weatherford, And then the puck ends up back behind the net. Taken by Andrew Belandis, who had the last goal of this game to make it a 4-0 contest. Here's Foster with a high slot shot. It goes right into the glove of Grant Goodson. And that'll stop the clock with 5:54 left to play here in period number 3. As the faceoff will come out to the left of Grant Goodson, won by Collinsville. And the Kahawks shoot it off the near side glass here, right at the end of their bench, but not out. Shanus keeps it in. Holton corrals it behind the Kahawk net. Sends it trying to send it off to the blue line, and at the point over there was Ryan Weatherford, and he totally missed it. Weatherford goes back to get it. And then it's blocked up right in front of the Kahawk bench. Comes out to the center red line and popped up into the air. Foster gets it. And now Holton with it. Holton sends it to Foster. And right at the red line, Collinsville will send it back in. That was on the right side of the red line. So no whistle for icing there as we approach 5 minutes left to play here in this third period. Sent across the ice for Holton. Columbia trailing 4-0, looking for a goal to try to get things going for them. Collinsville trying to keep it right where it is. Here is Alberico over in the corner. He'll send it behind the net. Napier will corral it. And he'll take the shortcut right in front and send it through the neutral zone. O'Leary could have played that, so it should not be an icing call. And it's picked up behind the Eagles' net by Weatherford. Weatherford reverses direction. Banks it off the near side boards. Not out. Collinsville does a nice job keeping it in, and that moment's over. Napier sends it right back in, though. 4:25 left to play here in this third period. Collinsville up 4-0. Trying to close out the season on a high note and pick up win number 13 on the year are the Kahawks. Columbia has 15 wins on the year. 15-7-1 coming into this game. Collinsville with 4 ties this year. That was more ties than the last 3 years put together. Kahawks are dangerous once again. Ledbetter all the way out front. Shot. That one's turned aside, and the rebound comes out to Napier. The return shot, no good. And now we're going to have penalties in front of the net. Maybe. Probably. Most likely. It's looking like Joshua O'Leary is going to go off for Columbia. And I kind of thought we were going to have one for Collinsville as well. Called against Edwards. That's his second time sitting in the penalty box. High sticking for Edwards. So Collinsville will go on a power play, I think, because right now Sodert and O'Leary are in the penalty box. And the Kahawks will definitely have a man advantage here. So the Kahawks already have a power play goal tonight. They are 1 for 3 in the power play department. I think a big turning point in this game was killing off that 5-minute major without allowing a goal. That seemed to give the old Kahawks a little bit of a spark as things are getting a little chippy down here in the corner. And Collinsville comes away with it. Quatlander at the blue line takes the shot, but that goes off of DeFawcett's skates. And back into the corner it goes for the Kahawks once again. Ledbetter trying to corral the puck over there. It finally comes free. Collinsville trying to get it, and Peyton Smith was trying to get it while it was laying in the prone position. 90 seconds left in the man advantage here for Collinsville. 3:20 left to play here in this third period. Kahawks bring the puck out of the defensive zone through neutral ice. Quatlander puts on a nice move, and unfortunately Peyton Smith was already into the zone when Quatlander moved it in. Those back and forth moves side to side, man, they'll mess up a guy at the blue line just when he thinks you're heading into the zone, and a little shift to the right and a shift to the left, and that'll put you offside. Blues come back and tie it up 4-4. They're about 4 minutes into the third period, so a 4-4 game there, a 4-0 game here. Collinsville in the lead. Here is Joel Arnold into that far side corner. Comes out of it with the puck, takes a shot, and up close and personal. Arnold puts it right into the breadbasket there of Tim Barbie. And that stops the clock with 2:57 left to play here in period number 3. 1:04 left to go in the man advantage here for the Kahawks. Arnold wins the faceoff once again into that corner. Comes back out to the blue line. Alberico will sweep it back into the corner it came from. Back to Arnold. Arnold will sweep it up the boards. Nope, he'll try to thread one through the faceoff circle over there on the left wing, but he threaded it right to the opposition. Now Grant Goodson off of the high glass over on the far side through the neutral zone. Joel Arnold picks it up. Collinsville has some numbers coming back in the high slot. That was poked off of Arnold's stick. He'll send it back to the blue line for Belandis, and Belandis with a shot. That was just ticked off the glove of Barbie there in goal. And now it comes back in front of the Kahawk bench, and Columbia will send it back down to relieve some pressure. 2:15 to play here in this third period. 20 seconds left to go. And the penalty to the Columbia Eagles. In the neutral zone, Alberico picks it up at the red line. Sends a fluttering puck into the far corner. And then we'll head to the bench for a line change. Alberico to the bench. Napier comes in and takes his place, and Napier will go over and get the puck. Power play is over for Collinsville. Shots are even at 21 apiece, but Collinsville leading the most important category up on the scoreboard. That would be the ones that have the big red 4 underneath Seaville. We're down to 95 seconds left to go in this one. Kahawks will win game number 13 on the year and finish the regular season at 13-7-4. Columbia will finish the season at 15-8-1. Here is Lauk. Had that puck poked off of his stick, and Austin then backhands it back up to the blue line. And here comes Jacob Schreiber, who already has a hat trick. Takes the shot. A pad save there by Barbie, and then the rebound corralled by Austin over here on the near side. Nathan Austin, he's into the slot. Tries to give a pass to Padgett. Padgett was ready to set up for that one-timer and never could pull the trigger. Under a minute to go here in the third. In front it goes. Nathan Austin has it tip off of his stick, and he'll try to wrestle it away from Colin Schmidt. Now Stinger gets a hold of the loose puck. Schmidt then gets it right back. And then back into the high slot. Schreiber with a shot and a goal as Jacob Schreiber scores 4 here tonight. And Collinsville takes a 5-0 advantage. .7 seconds left just to put the icing on the cake for Schreiber and company. And Schreiber with 4 goals here tonight has 22 on the season. There's Andrew Belandis. He'll sweep the puck around over onto the far side boards. Nice backhand feed by Peyton Smith, but there wasn't anyone wearing the purple and white to corral that puck in. But that's okay. This one's going to go down as a nice win anyway. As Belandis, Quatlander sends the puck up the ice. And Collinsville breaks it into the offensive zone, and a shot right before the buzzer, and another shot, and there is the buzzer, and Collinsville wins this one by a score of 5-0. Collinsville out shooting Columbia in this one, 24-21, after Collinsville trailed most of the game in that shot category, but the Kahawks come out victorious. Jacob Schreiber gets 4 goals tonight, and we head in to our post-game program, brought to you tonight by Cullup Jennings Florist. Cullup Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. They are located at 517 West Clay Street. You can stop in for weekly specials. Right now, of course, everything's all about Valentine's Day. Did you know that Saturday is February 1st there, people? That means that just a mere 13 days after Saturday, it will be Valentine's Day. And if you are looking for some special gifts or the traditional flowers to give your loved one on the special day, well, look no further than Cullup Jennings Florist. 344-0404 is their number. You can call them. Ask about what they have to offer for Valentine's Day, and if you would like to look at some pictures instead of calling on the phone, well, you can do that as well. Go online and go to CullupJennings.com, and there you will find plenty of pictures. And they'll get you all set up for Valentine's Day. Again, Cullup Jennings Florist, 344-0404, or online at CullupJennings.com. Collinsville wins the season finale here tonight, 5-0, and we're back to talk all about it on the post-game show next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Collinsville Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Collinsville Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Collinsville Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Collinsville Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at CullupJennings.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Call Up Jennings Florist post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one tonight by a score of 5-0 in their season finale. And rejoining us on the post-game show is assistant head coach Dave Napier. That was a nice win all the way around, man. You got some good goal scoring. You got a natural hat trick. You got good goalkeeping, good goaltending. That was an all-around nice game.
Yeah, absolutely. I was really proud of Schreiber. He got it with the 3 goals tonight. He didn't set out to do that, of course. When you're sitting in a locker room, you just hope you have a good game, and he had a great one. Defensively, we were strong. Offensively, we played well. Like you said, goaltending, you couldn't get any better than that. I mean, nothing gets by him. And, our third period there, we more than doubled our shots on goal for the first 2 periods, and we had to do that. And, I mean, Barbie's a good goalie. If you don't shoot at him, he'll make you look stupid with just 10 shots. So we got her done.
And Grant Goodson, he didn't make sloppy saves. Those were some pretty good quality saves.
Absolutely, yeah. He's all over it tonight. It's really great watching him. This is being our last regular season game with him. I'm going to miss him quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah, and Schreiber, so he starts off the year with a hat trick and ends the year with a hat trick.
Yeah, how about that, huh? Yeah, how about that?
Talk about the first goal, man. That setup and that backhand feed by Nathan Austin was a thing of beauty.
It really was. He's real tricky with the puck. He gets away with murder a little bit because of his size, but that gets overlooked so much, and it's to our advantage. And he sets up Schreiber on that one there, and home run hit all the way. You won't see him miss that shot. And man, Arnold can do the same thing with pucks in that same area. You get him that puck, and he'll make it happen. And Austin's great at setting those 2 boys up.
Yeah, and I hate to see another kid get kicked out of the game again tonight, man. And that wasn't even. I mean, I understand the interference call, but I don't think it warranted getting kicked out of the game.
No. There was a lot. I mean, there was 3 other 2 and 10s in the game that, I mean, goodness, maybe one of them might have vaguely been a 2 and 10. I don't like to get too heavy on the referees because they're human too, but you're human. Humans make mistakes. That coincidences, more than one coincidence isn't a coincidence.
Well, let's talk about what happened after that penalty, though, because that was a 5-minute major, and you guys killed that off. And then I think you guys really said, "Wow, this is something special here," and you took off after that.
Yeah, this feels good when we do that. So a funny thing on that one, we had no intention to run our defense that long, but in the second period, it's a horrible change for us, and we ended up with Belandis out there on defense. 72 goalie was out for the whole 5 minutes, and that's crazy. But he toughed it out all the way to the end. When he come to the bench, he was gassed and took a little bit of a break, but in true form, he jumped right up and ready to go 5 seconds later, and that was a big key in that one. We had the right bodies in the right place.
Well, it's always nice to end the regular season on a high note. You have a win as you go into the playoffs. You still don't know when they're going to take place. You kind of know who you're going to face. So you told me during the pregame show that you guys are going to have a little bit of a practice on Saturday. But how big is this win and the mindset that comes with a win as you go into the playoffs?
It helps a lot, especially after a tough loss with them. We lost to them twice in JV. We lost to them I know we lost to them once in a tough game, a 2-1 game, and then and then they shut us out too. So we actually lost 3 times against them right off the bat. So to get this win's big. We have JV players on this team, albeit not a lot of them made it to the bench tonight, but all the same, it's a mixed squad, and they've had a tough season against Columbia. So to finish on a high, we had a great game last night. In the senior night, and the seniors played well. We come into this one with a win, and it's a good place to be. Good feeling for the boys, I'm sure of it.
All right, sir. Well, we'll talk to you next week at some point.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank
We'll talk
you.
to you then.
All right, Dave Napier, the assistant head coach for your Collinsville Kahawks. As the Kahawks are victorious here tonight by a final score of 5-0. So we will wait to see when the playoff schedule comes out over the weekend, and we will let you know that as soon as we know that. So a good night all around for the Kahawks. The boys basketball team won, the girls basketball team won, and the hockey team comes away here with a win tonight. And as I mentioned, we have tomorrow off, so we take a day off and catch our breaths a little bit. And then we're right back at it On Thursday, we are going to be at home for some girls basketball action as the O'Fallon Lady Panthers come to town to take on your Collinsville Lady Kahawks. Fresh on the heels of the news of Coach Lori Billy stepping down at the end of the year. So we'll have some things to talk to her about on Thursday. Big thanks to Dave Napier joining us on the pre and the post-game show. And once again, a big thank you to Dave Napier, for Dak Ledbetter. I was going to put Dave behind the bench on the pregame, post-game, and he's running the camera. No, that was Dak Ledbetter who ran the camera. And once again, we do thank him for doing that for us while his son is out there playing some hockey. We know how much that means to the parents to get out here and watch their kids. So we appreciate him helping us out here whenever he has the opportunity to. So until Thursday night, back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium for some girls basketball, my name is Todd Duke, and you all have a fantastic rest of your evening.